Alright, good morning everybody. We are live. This is officially week 11 of the Fantasy Guyz. We have Eric Ritonja right next to me on the Zoom call. We got Big Bro Moti, bottom corner, depending on where you're looking at, bottom left on my screen. And then you got the special guest, the guy who does not have a screen. Last week,
I'm back, baby. All the haters last week.
Last week he had no sound. This week he has no screen. Shout out to Tony.
Wait, I got it. Wait, no screen.
No screen, Tony. We can't see you, and I'm reading comments already, and they're saying that they're glad that they can't see Tony's face. That's the first comment of the week. Already, Tony, it's already starting.
I spent $100 at 5-Star Wireless.
Doing what?
Next to Coda Cafe.
Doing what? They had to help you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, trying to fix this damn laptop last week. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get no audio.
Alright, well, let's just say, Tony, this week we can't see you, but it's a good thing. Like I said, people that are watching are excited to not have to see you.
Hey, do me a favor, draw a happy face right there.
Draw a happy face right here on the special guest thing? I wish I could do it.
Yes.
Maybe I can. It says reactions, but I'm not going to mess with it right now.
With the Moti, thumbs up.
With the Moti, thumbs up. All right, first of all, shout out to Eric Ritonja. He's in the building. Welcome back, Eric, for the 4th straight year. I mean, you're starting to become a normal now, man. So I think people already know you by now. But what you got to say for this week, heading into this week, Eric Ritonja?
Hey, I appreciate it. Happy to be back. It's week 11. We got 3 weeks left for the regular season. Time to make that playoff push.
And funny note, and we didn't even plan this, but funny note, the way things worked out, Ritonja and I are in a league together. We are playing against each other, and we are going to have a topic about this after I go through these questions. But in the background, he has a guy named Taysom Hill that he is starting at tight end this week. Big drama on ESPN League, but you know, we definitely can talk about it. We already got some comments, though. Let me go over the comments right quick. Ben Erdl, shout out to Ben Erdl, Eric Ritonja, said, yes, he said, let's go. My wife is laughing, of course, at Tony, because everybody's laughing at Tony. Ben Erdl said,
cool, guys.
Ben Erdl says, #1 fan checking in. Big question this AM. Big Joe Burrow or Teddy Bridgewater against the trash Lions defense, all right? So you guys got Joe Burrow against Washington or Teddy Bridgewater against the Lions. I'm going to start off with you, Eric. Who would you go with?
Teddy B. As long as he's playing, has it come out that he's active?
Yeah, we have to check. I mean, we'll have Yusuf checking on that for sure right now, but you said you'll go Teddy B if he's active?
He's active.
Yeah, Stafford had a good passing yard game last week, but Washington is pretty stout against the pass, actually. They gave up the least amount of passing yard per game. So I would definitely lean toward Teddy B, who should dice up this ass Lions offense or defense.
Special guest.
Excuse me, can we swear?
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Special guest, Tony. Where did you go?
I mean, I've been off this week, so I'm gonna go with Eric, Mr. E, Easy E.
Easy E. All right. So we got 2 Teddy Bridgewaters. Moti, who you going with?
I'm going with Burrow, man. Teddy B, I don't think it has been announced that he's active, but
he is. Yusuf just double checked and said he's active. Just want to let you know.
He's active. Well, he's probably not 100%, so I'm going Burrow.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I think they're both going to score very close numbers. Ben Erdl, if you're still looking and watching, so I think that you can't go wrong with either one. But personally, man, Burrow is going to be, I think they're going to be passing that ball around. He's probably going to end up with like 2 touchdowns. So I would probably go with Joe Burrow, even though I feel like they're going to be really close. Cody Brewitt, shout out to Cody Brewitt, another college buddy of ours. Shout out to CB. He said, hey, higher chance of scoring a touchdown this week, boys. Ahmed or Burkhead. I would trying to pound this table as hard as I can for you, Cody. My cousin from Miami, I called him last week. I told you guys, watch out for my cousin from Miami, Ahmed. And I'm going to go back-to-back this week with Ahmed. Yahoo's disrespecting him with a 9.5 fantasy, whatever. So I am booming Ahmed. Go with Ahmed this week over Burkhead. That's my personal opinion. I'm gonna let Moti go first on this one too. Moti, who you got?
Yeah, man, Burkhead looks good, but Ahmed looks better. He looks like he's going to be there running back in the future. So I like Ahmed a lot.
All right.
Yeah, almost mine.
There you go, Tony.
Hey, if y'all could see me, I was giving emoji thumbs up. I'm gonna go Ahmed.
All right.
I'll do it for you, Tone. I'll do it for you.
Eric Ritonja,
I'll
who you
give
got?
2 thumbs up. 1 for me and 1 for Tony. Ahmed.
There you go. We got 4 Ahmeds.
Cody?
4 Ahmeds across the board. Cody Brewitt. So definitely go Ahmed. We got a commenter said, another week of Tony's drama. Shaking my head. Okay.
I told you, Action Tony.
Action
Mel
Tony.
Gibson.
Alright, okay, so we got a question from 6 Mile 24. Shout out to Ida. Did Tony really sign with the new Fantasy Guyz show? Tony, is this true? What's going on, Tony?
Hey man, listen man, after what happened last week, man, I got no comment. I got no comment on this. If they're gonna provide a damn laptop that with a camera and audio that works, what's up with the budget at Fantasy Guyz? What's going on here? I think you're doing this on purpose, oh.
Slowly but surely, we're trying to kick you out and bring Moti on the show for good. And maybe looking at, adding another one too. So, Tony, you might not be looking at this too deep. If the light is right in front of you, Tony, you might be actually right, Tony.
What light? I don't see no light.
We don't see you, so we don't know where you're at, what you see right now, Tony. Alright, look at, Tony got a kid next. What you got next to you, Tony? Is that, Winnie?
That ain't me.
Oh, Moti. Alright, so I'd have said Tony keeps finding loopholes in his contract. Last week he wasn't allowed to talk. Now this week he can't be on camera. I mean, you know what, I'd have, you're probably right. Alright? And then DX Highway 420, Jared Cook or Irv Smith Jr. I was just talking about Eric about Irv Smith Jr. But I personally probably would go, even though it's Taysom Hill as starting quarterback, and I don't know how many passes he's going to have, I would say not more than 20 this week. I would go Jared Cook, just because tight end is the safety blanket. Ritonja, where would you go?
Yeah, I don't love either of those, obviously, but I would lean Cook.
Yeah, I agree.
think there's a better chance of more receptions. I mean, Irv Smith, they like him in the red zone, but it's just so unreliable.
Yeah, it's hard to try to get it. I mean, hope for a touchdown from a player, fantasy player. Moti, who you got, Irv Smith or Jared Cook?
Yeah, I'm going Irv Smith, man. I don't like Cook this week. Just because you mentioned, they're probably going to do like 20 pass attempts. I think the Saints are going to run the ball heavy this week because they don't have that reliable quarterback. Yeah, Irv Smith for sure.
And Tony, who you got?
Whatever Eric said. Sorry, I have technical difficulties still.
Listen, Tony, let me tell you what Tony's doing. Tony is going with what Eric says because his Boom Philly calls this year is not looking good.
This week, my video doesn't work, but my audio does, so you can't shut me up. Eric Ritonja, Boom Philly. Whatever he says, go with it.
Alright, there you go. So Tony's first Boom Philly is Eric Ritonja. I'm writing it down, by the way, Tony. Definitely goes against.
Hey, I know that's what I will definitely get.
Alright, there you go. 6 Mile 24. He said, relax. Gaskin's coming back soon. That's what I'd have said. I guess he's hoping that Gaskin is the guy back in Miami when he comes back. We'll see, man. I think they're definitely at least splitting carries when he does come back. But before we continue, let me give a shout out to our sponsor. Let me move away this way. As you guys can see, it's Wrigley's Pharmacy behind me. 14100 Woodward Avenue, Highland Park, Michigan. 48203 is their address. Their number is 313-867-5000. They are the best pharmacy in that Woodward and Detroit area, Highland Park area. Let me move around. Let me show you guys. They got free prescription pickup, free over-the-counter meds, and they accept all insurances. And don't forget free delivery as well. Shout out to Nibid Abdullah.
8 miles away from Kona Cafe.
There you go. He just Googled that, by the way, and he can do that since his face is not showing and we don't see what he's doing. So we appreciate that, Tony. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, shout out to Nibid. We're in a league with him, Eric, and he's 9-0, undefeated. You know, he scooped up the right players and it just worked out his way, and he has the most points too, so he's going for the trifecta for sure. Having a great year, so shout out to Nibid. I appreciate him for the sponsorship. Ali Thabit, big bro Ali Thabit, scoring the highest points in RNFL, is asking AP or Kerryon. Also, another league, DJ Moore or Connor. So first, would you guys go Adrian Peterson or Kerryon Johnson? Moti, since I'm going to let you go ahead and answer this one first.
Yeah, very, very tough one, man, in my opinion. But I'm going to go Kerryon Johnson. I feel like, you know, it's his little time to shine right now with Swift out. But I like Kerryon in this.
This week. How about you, Eric Ritonja?
I'm going Peterson. I trust that, you know, at the beginning of the year, he was the lead back and he was getting the first down, second down carries, and I just think there's a better chance for him to score a touchdown there than Kerryon on third down. All
right. How about Tony? I don't know why you're muted, Tony, and now we can't see you. Are you doing this on purpose? Because realistically, we can't.
No. I know how to work this now.
All right. So who you got? Adrian Peterson or Kerryon Johnson?
Damn it, Eric. Why you have to go? I was going to go with Kerryon Johnson because it's a PPR, but my Boom Phillies, Eric. I got to go with Eric.
All right. Well, let me. It's my second Boom Philly is Kerryon Johnson this week. That doesn't mean I don't think he's gonna score more than AP. Like,
hey, I think Eric disappeared.
Yeah, I think he went away for a second.
I'll switch that. I'm gonna go Kerryon. He's back.
Dang. Tony was about to try to squeeze that in. All right, but anyways, I think Kerryon Johnson's my second Boom Philly this week. Definitely think that he could get his projections that he has projected, which is I think 8 to 12 is to me is worth that reach. I don't know what AP's projected though. I sincerely believe like AP could like have like 15 Kerryon 13 type of week where like they're gonna be real close, and they're both gonna have a good week. So I don't think you go wrong with either one, Ali. But how about the next one, DJ Moore or James Conner? Eric Ritonja, I'm gonna start off with you. DJ Moore or James Conner?
I think DJ Moore. I mean, the Lions' defense is really poor, but I like Conner too. Obviously, they have a really good matchup against Jacksonville, so I think you can't go wrong.
Bridgewater?
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Serious.
Bridgewater's out, guys. Bridgewater's
He's
out.
out?
Yeah.
Shit.
Really?
Yeah.
They called him out?
Injury report right now.
Oh, wow. Bridgewater's out, guys. So what is that? Well, for sure, Ben
Definitely
Ertl.
not DJ Moore. Definitely Conner.
Definitely Conner. There you go. Ertl, obviously, bench Bridgewater. Do not start him, Ben Ertl. I'm sure you got the update.
Yeah.
So DJ Moore is out. You going Conner, Moti, Conner?
Yeah, for sure, Connor.
Moti says that he don't mess with Conner. He don't ever drive down 94. That's what he said. But now you
I
know.
don't.
All right, there you go. Tony, Conner or DJ Moore?
Man, I'm in a dilemma right now, man. I got DJ Moore in 2 leagues. What do I do, man? Should I trust it and go? Eric, should I go with DJ Moore or should I go with Mike Williams?
What are your other? Oh, Mike Williams. I like Mike Williams this week.
Hey.
They should tear up the Jets.
What are you guys doing to me? Why are y'all doing this, everybody? Because y'all making me call him out soon. But third Boom Philly, Tony, Mike Williams, start him. He's going to have an amazing week this week. I'm calling it out right now.
All right, let me tell you something, man. You think, we don't see what you have in front of you, but we're setting you up.
Yeah, I think you guys are seeing what I have in front of me because y'all already talked. I mean, y'all talked about 3 different players that I have. The 3 Boom Phillies that I have: Ahmed, Kerryon, and Mike Williams. So that's who I would go with. But so Tony, I'm guessing that you are going James Conner over DJ Moore then.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would too. Even though I do think that I forgot what his name is. I think PJ Tucker or whatever his name is.
Walker,
PJ Walker. I think that he's gonna get his because it's the Lions at the end of the day, man. Like we're not good, so I feel like he's gonna.
He was I think the leading passer in the XFL when he played, but I seen him when he came in for Bridgewater that one game. He didn't look too good, man. His passes were off.
That day was rainy. It was a rainy day that day. It was pouring in Carolina. You remember it was raining hard when he came in.
Yeah, but Bridgewater didn't have a problem before he left and after when he came back. So I just feel like the Lions are going to step up this week as far defensively.
Hey, by the way, I think Kerryon and AP are good starts this week. I feel like more possessions with PJ Walker being the starting quarterback might be a lot of 3 and outs. So I think both running backs are good starts. And Ali Thabit said Mike Williams over Connor. Yes, Mike Williams is my boom Philly. I think he's going to have a very good week. He has weird weeks, Mike Williams, where he could go off for 27 and end up getting 3. So I think this is that week where he has a very good week. I see your thing, Yusuf. My brother's waving at me saying, ask the question. I got you, Yusuf. You guys got, first of all, I don't know why you're asking this question, Yusuf. I think we could have just, but he wants to share it, and I appreciate the comment. But Antonio Gibson, Chase Claypool, or Giovanni Bernard at the flex? Tony, I'm going to start off with you. Gibson, Claypool, or Bernard?
We're going to go Claypool. Solid. Uncle JJ ain't got nothing on Claypool.
All right. Moti?
Yeah, Claypool is, having a solid year, and I've been shining him out every single week. But Gibson's having a good year too, man. I was making fun of him in the beginning because I'm like, who's that? But I definitely remember his name. But in this situation, I'm going Claypool.
Ritonja?
Whatever Tony says, baby, he's the man. No, I like Claypool though. It's a crapshoot who's gonna hit either Juju, Deontay Johnson, or Claypool, but there should be plenty of opportunities. I go Claypool.
Yeah, they had a stat. I think 3 out of the last 4 weeks, both of them, 3 out of the last 4 weeks, all 3 of the receivers have scored, I think, more than 13 fantasy points at least. Deontay and the 3 guys basically, Deontay, Claypool, and Juju Smith-Schuster. So, I guess they've all been eating enough to do well. But personally, man, I'll still go Gibson, man. He's the hot hand. He's been scoring a lot of touchdowns these last few weeks. And like you said, it's a crapshoot to try to go with Claypool.
Big Ben is quietly putting an MVP season together.
Yeah, I told y'all he's my comeback player of the year award. I know Alex Smith came back from a gruesome injury, so they were probably going to give it to him. But I guarantee you that if it wasn't that situation, Ben Roethlisberger would be winning that award. I feel like definitely comeback player of the year. He's having a very good year, and he has a lot of talent around him too. So, all right, it looks like we're updated on over now. We got Adif. He said Eric Ebum or Austin Hooper. Who did you guys start this week? Ebron, Jacksonville. Hooper is on Cleveland playing against Philly. So, Eric, start off with you. You got Ebum or Hooper? Who you got?
I'm going with the Hooper, Mr. Hooper.
There you go.
It's supposed to be a lot of rain in that game, and so there should be a lot of dump-offs, and I think Hooper's better option to get some receptions.
Who is the best reception player on the Browns now? Because you want to think it's Landry, but I don't think it is. So, who's the best receiving player, the player that can catch the ball? Is it Kareem Hunt, in all honesty?
Probably is Kareem Hunt. Yeah, he's the best receiving option.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And they've been dealing with bad weather for a few weeks now, and it should be bad again. So I think Hunt's in line for a big day.
All right, so you got Hooper though over Ebron. Moti, who you got?
Yeah, I don't like nobody on Cleveland as far as receiving, man. Landry's been a disappointment. Hooper's been a disappointment. Cleveland is a run-heavy offense, so I'm going with Ebum.
Ebum. Tony, who you got? Ebum or?
Easy, never liked Ebum. Go Hooper.
Hooper, I would go Hooper too. Better matchup, green light matchup. So I would go Hooper, even though it's an ugly game. Ziad Hadi said, I just logged on. What happened to Tony? Has he been canceled? All right, so yes, Ziad. Actually, no. So it's in this situation of the contract where we decide to not show his face but still have his voice. That's where we're at right now in the Fantasy Guyz. Tony has not officially been canceled, but one step closer each week, Ziad, and I know you're excited about that. By the way, Ziad, we'll be on a guest in a couple weeks.
Who said that?
Ziad Hadi, your number 1 fan, Tony. Go, Tony, nothing? No comment? You're not going to say anything back to that? I was waiting for a comment, a Tony comment, but I guess that's not happening. So, Adif said, here's a first for your show since no one shows kickers love. I agree. Young Wei Koo or Harrison Butker? All right, he's going kickers now with us, guys. Let's start off with Eric. Are you going Butker or Young Wei Koo?
I've been rolling with the kid all year, so I gotta stick with him.
You said Koo?
Yeah, the kid.
All right, Mo Tizzle.
Yeah, I always play my young ho. So
Eric was not expecting that one. Tony. What's up, Tony?
Hey, listen, guys. Cool's been good, man. I can't go what Moti said. Got kids watching, so yeah.
All right. He didn't say nothing wrong. The guy's name is spelled Young Hoku, so I don't see nothing wrong with what Moti just
And why
said.
all these inside jokes come in when Eric Ritonja's in?
Because Eric start this up, man. Start this up. I forgot.
And who was that other guy that he said I'll never?
Yeah, as I was gonna say, his famous line gets us going. He said, "I'll never start a guy named damn, what was it?
Smallwood.
Yeah, there you go, Smallwood. There you go." Eric Ritonja's famous line. Will never. You know what? I think that should be like our header of the Fantasy Guys. Never start a guy named Smallwood. Then put Ritonja's name next to it. Ziad Hadi said, "I never thought I would ask this, but 2020, I guess." Yes, you should ask this question, and the answer is really simple. Ziad Hadi, he said Taysom Hill or Matthew Stafford. I would 100% go Taysom Hill, guys. Listen, let me tell y'all something, okay? I'm about to give my speech right quick. I usually give one speech a week, all right? And this is my next speech about Taysom Hill. And the only reason why I'm not going to start him over Brady is because Brady has a lot of weapons and it's Monday night. But Taysom Hill, 3 big reasons why he is going to succeed, at least this week and maybe in the future as well, okay? 3 big reasons why. Mark my words on these. Number 1, okay? Number 1, he has a offensive genius of a coach named Sean Payton, okay? You have to roll with coaches sometimes. It works. Look at Bruce Arians. His offenses always throw a lot. Look at Sean McVay. His offenses are always smooth. Andy Reid. These guys are offensive geniuses. Their offenses work, okay? Number 2, the New Orleans Saints specifically signed Jameis Winston to be the backup for Drew Brees this year. This week, he said it's an open competition, and lo and behold, Taysom Hill's the starter. So Taysom Hill just outplayed Jameis Winston, who's the best backup in the NFL, and probably better than about 8 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. So Taysom Hill outplayed him, okay? And number 3,
not fantasy.
Number 3, the most important thing of them all, he got paid, okay? Taysom Hill got 2 years, $21 million. That deal basically, Sean Payton told Taysom Hill, hey, we're going to give you 2 years on a $10 million pretty much dollar contract just so you can stay, because when Drew Brees is done, we want you to be our guy. Drew Brees gets hurt, now he's their guy.
He's 31 years old, man.
That's great. We're not talking about 5 years down the line. We're talking about this week. So for this week, I would 100% start Taysom Hill over Matthew Stafford. And don't be surprised if Taysom Hill has a great week this week. I'm looking at 220 total yards, 70 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. That's going to get you at least 25 points in any league. So safe 20 to 25 points is Taysom Hill. So that's my answer in my little speech about why I believe that he's a...
No.
And something that I'm going to add, number 4.
Hold me down this week.
Hey.
You can't hold me down this week, okay? People can hear me. You tried to silence the voice, Ahmad. You tried to silence it.
Okay, so what are you about to say? Are you going to say
Matthew
something?
Stafford all day.
All right, number 4, by the way.
I'll be back with video. Thanksgiving special.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I can't
Friday,
believe...
I'm getting a laptop.
Yeah, by the way, Thanksgiving special next week, 11 o'clock. We'll mention it one more time. But one more thing I want to add is that, by the way, the front office, we're not happy that he's benching Winston. Sean Payne's decision to start Taysom Hill. So you know darn well he's going to try to prove a point to even his own front office mates. So to show him off this week. Moti, Hill or Stafford?
Yeah, I've been patiently waiting to talk because you guys are being disrespectful. Ziad, Umar, y'all comparing Taysom Hill to Matthew Stafford. Like, to me, that's disrespectful. Taysom Hill is my milkshake, ice cold milkshake sit of the week this week. All right? For that reason, I'm going Matthew Stafford all day. Matthew Stafford has been a top 10 quarterback in my book, and you know how I backed Matthew Stafford up for a long time. So, to decide between the two, it's disrespectful.
Okay, and I just want to mention to people that are watching that in Moti's book, his top 10 quarterbacks, none of them are top 10 in fantasy. I just want to throw that out there. So, Moti's top 10, I'm just joking. But Matthew Stafford is not a top 10 fantasy quarterback this year, though. I just want to let y'all know. And he's playing against Carolina, stingy. He has no weapons this week. I mean, Marvin Jones and Mohamed Sanu is his top options. Ritonja, Matthew Stafford or Taysom Hill?
I want to say this guy, but I can't. I still got to go Stafford.
That's fine.
I agree with all the reasons. I think that Sean Payton's trying to prove a point. I mean, he clearly wants Hill to be his next quarterback after Breeze. I mean, they paid him, like you said. But until we see it, I can't believe it. So I think he'll do fine. He'll score great for a tight end if he's playing in the tight end, but still got to go Stafford. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, even with Mr. P.J. Watt.
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know, by the way, another reason why I'm hype on him this week is playing the worst defense to quarterbacks this week is Atlanta Falcons. So I just want to throw that out there. All right, I'm excited to start here now thanks to Umar. And Moti just threw in a weight blanket on it. So, yeah, good luck. I mean, it's really going with who you would trust now at this point. But I would go Taysom Hill this week, personally. Playing against Atlanta, I think he's a safe 20 points. Safe, to me, 20 points. Since we're talking about Hill, do you guys think it's fair in other leagues? He's also available in a tight end spot. So let's talk about that since he asked that question because we said we're going to mention it and we are talking about Taysom Hill. I'm just going to quickly say this. I'm playing against Eric. He has Taysom Hill as tight end, and I was giving him crap in our message group. But at the end of the day, 100% it's fair. At the end of the day, he scooped him up. I'm so mad that the guys in front of him on the waiver wire didn't pick him up. To be honest with you, I bet you me and Eric were the only two people probably looking at Taysom Hill on the waiver wire because, people weren't considering it. And, I had a feeling that if I wasn't going to get him, it's probably going to be Eric. So at the end of the day, definitely deserves it. Like, why would he get punished for starting him at tight end and it's ESPN's fault? So, that's my opinion on it.
Because he's not a tight end, Umar. His primary position is quarterback, so why would they give him, allow him to play tight end or running back? Even the, I'm not thinking right now, but even the guy from Chicago.
Cordell Patterson,
yeah. Like, his primary position is receiver. You know what I'm saying? And, he plays a little running back, and they got him, as a receiver / running back. I don't think that's fair. So, no, I disagree with that whole tight end thing. He's quarterback. That's where most of his snaps are at. So, he should be a quarterback.
I look at it like this, man. If the designation is there and everybody has a chance to get him, hey, it's your fault for not getting him.
So,
hey, you guys remember Denard Robinson?
Yeah.
That 1 year, remember? And he was like, I think he was like running back, receiver, whatever. Yeah, I thought that was crazy too, but I mean, it is what it is.
Okay, before I want to say this, I want to give a shout out to Eric.
There was a guy from Minnesota starting quarterback.
By the way, that's what I was going to say. And Joe Webb was starting in everybody's leagues, and that's exactly what Taysom Hill is going to be, is Joe Webb at quarterback, basically. But, Tony, just to give you guys a shout out to Eric Ritonja as a commissioner. He's going to start him this week because ESPN did it, but he said next week he's going to kick him out of the tight end spot himself and not allow that anymore. Tony is taking the initiative. Ritonja is taking that initiative, so shout out to Ritonja. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Tony would never take that initiative.
Ritonja, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, my beliefs are that, he started this week with tight end eligibility, so if, someone's going to take the time to roster him and put him on a spot, they deserve to play him at tight end wherever for that week. I think going
why not next week?
I think it
why
is
not next
unfair.
week, Eric?
I think it's unfair to have a starting quarterback playing in the tight end position. So with that said, I think moving forward, if he's going to be playing primarily quarterback, he should only have quarterback designation. And so as Omar said, I deemed in my league that even though I have him and it would benefit me to have him moving forward, I think it's just unfair. And I think if he were to keep tight end eligibility for a few weeks, I don't know what ESPN is going to do. It's an unfair advantage, and it's a league-changing pickup. Okay, and so those come in now and again, but to have a quarterback playing tight end is too much to me. So I think this week you have to honor it, but then next week he loses that eligibility. I think it's the fairest way to handle it.
How much of the fact?
Yeah, fair schmear. There, I can't think of other rhyming words to go with that. Listen, man, the designation is there. Oh, that rhymes too.
Yeah, but
you gotta play him, man.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to say how much of it.
Is it fair? Is it fair that You have wide receivers, you look at your team and it's stacked, and then they put up duds. Is it fair that you have a fourth wide receiver that scores 30 points? I don't think so. Fantasy football is not fair. So why start now?
Hey, by the way, when Joe Webb
God
was...
damn it, man.
When Joe
you look
Webb...
at your teams and you think you're solid. You're favored by 20 plus points, and then you lose. How does that happen? Fair? You want to talk about fair? Fantasy football is whack. It's 65 to 70% luck.
I agree.
You can have all the draft grades you want. It doesn't matter. It ain't fair. Life's not fair. Come on, Eric.
Hey, Tony.
It's all about taking advantage.
Tony without the camera is the best Tony I've seen thus far.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, he has a lot of confidence too, by the way. Tony, I just want to say that you made me forget what I was going to say, so never mind, man. But Jason Ketchum, all right? Shout out to Jason Ketchum. Selvin Ahmed. Is it really?
That's a hell of a wide receiver name.
Hey, yeah, it is. Definitely wide receiver name. By the way, that's funny that he asked this question because that's what I was going to say. Moti's Ice Cold Milkshake Sit of the Week. J.D. McKissick last week scored 18 fantasy points. So just want to throw that out there. Moti's Ice Cold Milkshake Sit of the Weeks are debatable. Jason Ketchum said Ahmed or McKissick, non-PPR.
Hey, just for the record, before you continue, Milkshake Machine is out because it is in there, so that I don't want to say that.
I was gonna say the machine was broken.
All right.
It broke.
I guess they got it from McDonald's. Eric, he's asking you specifically, I guess, but we can obviously answer it too. Ahmed or McKissick in non-PPR league?
I think I like Ahmed. I mean, McKissick is going to get a ton of catches. I think he's got a decent chance to score, but Ahmed is safe. He had 21 and 25 carries last week, so he's going to get an RB1 workload, and I think he's got a good chance.
Yeah, I think...
roll with Ahmed because...
Yeah, non-PPR, I'll probably go Ahmed too. Moti, Ahmed or McKissick in a non-PPR league?
Yeah, I don't know why people are playing in these non-PPR leagues, man. I think that's whack, but I'm going to go with Ahmed. You know what I'm saying? Because Ahmed is another name for Muhammad.
There you go. And that's Moti's name. If y'all don't know that, it's Muhammad Adam.
Solid. Start, my man, Ahmed Tizzle.
Alright, let's see. I'm going to try this emoji stuff. Let me see what happens. Did you guys get like an emoji or something?
You get one on your screen.
Yeah,
Oh,
on your
get one on
screen.
my screen. How do I put it on Tony's screen, man? Alright, whatever.
Tony got to do it.
Alright, anyways, my wife just commented you should put an angry emoji as Tony's name because Tony sounded angry earlier. So yeah. Nebo Moha El Haddi said
It's either that or I'm scared of Mila.
yeah, that too.
You could rename.
Nebo El Haddi said DJ Moore or Jacoby Myers. That's a tough one. I'm gonna let Moti go first. Jacoby Myers, who's been hot, or DJ Moore?
Yeah, definitely Myers has been hot. You guys mentioned earlier Teddy Bridgewater is out. I don't trust none of the receivers. I mean, somebody's going to catch the ball, but I don't know who. So I'm going to go with Myers, even though I mess with Kroger.
There you go. He's going to go Myers, even though he messes with Kroger. Ritonya, Myers or DJ Moore?
Man, that's tough. DJ Moore's a much better player, but I think you got to go with Myers. He's the number one target in New England, and I think Houston's pass defense is really poor. So I think if they're going to win, Cam's going to have to swing it. So
you know what's crazy? I want to know what's the percentage of targets Myers get because like they only throw the ball so much, and I feel like he's always throwing it to Myers. By the way,
Yeah.
like he probably gets like 35 to 40% target share every week, probably. So yeah, I'd probably go Myers. I always go safe. Myers to me is safer. Tony, Myers or DJ Moore?
Yeah, man, unfortunately, I got DJ Moore, and I'm looking to sit him now that Teddy B is out the lineup. It ain't fair, but that's life.
So you got Myers then? You're going Myers.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ziad Hadi said Tony without a mic was better. There you go. Just Ziad chiming in. Shout out to my man Ziad. My wife said rename you. And I don't know if I could rename people. I don't even know how to do that. I'm not going to mess with this right here. But I like the recommendation. So Arif basically is trying to figure out. And he already made his decision. So I told him, you made your decision. but I guess he wants to hear what you guys have to say. But he already made his decision, and I'm riding with it. Out of 24 is now asking, because on my sake, because I told you guys the story about how I'm going to let him decide his fate. So he's asking, where would you guys go? Tom Brady or Taysom Hill or Giovanni Bernard or Jamison Crowder? So, Moti, I know you would, I mean, I'm sure everybody on this board will go Brady over Hill because we already had this discussion already, right? I could just nod your heads, and Tony, you could just stay quiet. And, well, you wouldn't, Eric Ritonja?
I would almost lean Hill. I think that, I mean, it's a tough matchup. The Rams have been shutting down everyone, and so it's tough.
Okay,
I would go Hill.
Bernard or Crowder?
I'm going Crowder.
Yeah, my bad.
Someone's got to catch balls
Okay, Moti.
in New York.
Moti, pause, by the way. Moti, Crowder or Bernard?
I'm gonna go Giovanni Bernard for this week until well, damn, but Mixon is out. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bernard.
Okay, Tony.
I'm back, baby. Yes, Gio Bernard, can you see me? I think I got the video fixed.
No, we can't see you, Tony. You're not fixed. We can't see you. And, you know, the world still is trying to figure out what is Tony doing till this day. 40 years after life.
Bernard, don't. Okay, what about now?
Tony, we see a heart emoji. That's funny, Tony. That's funny, Tony. All right, so he got Bernard, by the way. And don't worry about it. I was gonna wait for it to be about 12:50 to change the lineup so that, you know, people can whatever. Special guest raised hand. What are you doing right now, Tony? Why you got us moving around and stuff right now? All right.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Last week's question again: Ebron or Goddard? I would go Goddard. Great matchup against Cleveland. Zach Ertz is still out. Eventually, he's gonna do something. Goddard. He's been a little cold, but I'll go Goddard. Moti, Goddard or Ebron?
Yep, I like Goddard too.
Ritonja, Goddard or Ebron?
Goddard.
Tony.
I love it, but Goddard.
Tony, Goddard.
Easy. Second that.
Wait. Oh, Easy E. Okay, so you're seconding him. I thought you were talking about Ebron. All right, Waiting to the Ash. You said need a wide receiver 2 for this week. Josh Reynolds at Bucks. Landry versus Eagles. Judy versus Dolphins. Pittman Jr. versus Packers. So need a wide receiver 2 this week. I'm gonna let Ritonja go first because I have a feeling he has a boom Philly in one of these situations. So go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, so I really like Judy. Drew Lock, they say he is going to play, so I think Judy is going to have a nice game. But I also think Mr. Michael Pittman Jr.
Boom!
is going to have a great game, baby, and I think it's a boom. He came back strong after his injury. He led the Colts in targets. I think he's truly becoming the wide receiver 1. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. Green Bay's going to put up a lot of points, even though Indy's stout defense. So I think there's a lot of points, a lot of opportunities to be had for Pittman. So, boom.
How do you feel about Jair Alexander covering him? Do you think he's going to be the guy that he's covering, or do you think it's just be more of Jair's going to be on one side and whoever's there, he's covering?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were to shadow him, but still like his chances.
Okay, so he got Pittman Jr., need a wide receiver 2. So I'm assuming you need one wide receiver as your second receiver, Waleed, or do you need 2? But for right now, Eric has Pittman Jr. Moti, you got Judy, Reynolds, Landry, or Pittman Jr. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Landry to do something this year. I think he has no receiving touchdowns. I really want to go Landry, but I'm going to go with Eric on this one. I like Pittman.
All right, Pittman's there. Tony's asking us, how do you fix the video? There's a video button on the left. I don't know if you're being serious or not, Tony. We never know.
Yep.
But
it says start video and thing on there, man. Hit the button.
Yeah, so you can hit that button, Tony. But Tony, who you got as your receiver, by the way?
Oh, Philly. Michael Pittman.
Oh my God, he's gonna copy off everything Eric says this week.
Yo, chill.
Hey, my wife just gave me her famous line, and I promise you guys, it's been working all year, and it's never bench Brady. So I'm gonna roll with her again for this Brady talk. But yeah, I'm definitely not gonna bench him because she's been hitting on that line, and unfortunately, I didn't.
That's her famous line, never bench Brady?
This year, yes, that's her line this year. And
Are you sure it ain't, hey, take out the garbage or do the laundry?
That's when it comes to fantasy, it's never bench Brady, but definitely the garbage line when it's outside of fantasy for sure. Ali David said I missed it. Would y'all say I said Mike Williams over Connor, but are you guys going Mike Williams over James Conner? Moti, go ahead, Moti first.
Yeah, I mean, when I have a running back like Connor or any other running back, I always pick running backs over receivers. For that reason, I feel like running backs get more touches. So I go Connor.
Tony.
I drafted him high, waited on him all year. Boom, Philly, Mike Williams.
I see what Tony is doing. If he can't do it himself, copy off the others on the show. Tony, your formula is a way higher chance of succeeding now, and I respect what you're doing. And then he just did the congratulations emoji like he knew what I was talking about. Ritonia, Mike Williams or James Conner?
I lean with Moti on this. I like Connor. I mean, like we had talked earlier about the 3 Pittsburgh wide receivers having 15-plus fantasy points the last 3 weeks. That's come at the issue of James Conner. James Conner's been struggling, so I think against the Jacksonville D that you can run on that we'll see a little bit more Connor and a little bit less wide receiver action this week. So I roll.
Sorry guys, technical difficulty. For some reason, I think I boomed Mike Williams. I'm booming James Conner.
Hey, Tony, who you got, man? Can we be serious? Cause you.
Hey, check my lineup. Mike Williams, all 3 leagues.
Okay, but who are you? Are you booming James Conner? Is what I'm trying to say.
Of course, I'm not booming James Conner, but I'm boom, bada bang, Mike Williams.
All right. So far I got Williams and Pittman for you, Tony. Is this true?
Is that what Eric has?
Well, Eric has Pittman. I have Mike Williams.
And 1 out of 2 ain't bad. 50% will raise my percentage.
All right. Speaking of percentages, can we go over percentages right quick, Eric Ritonja? Tony, but yeah, even Ritonia. Moti right now sitting 12 out of 42, 28%. Slowly but surely, it's creeping up. It's creeping up, Moti.
He always been known as a creeper.
Tony.
Oh.
6 out of 37.
I mean, keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 out of 37. 6 out of 37. Tony is sitting at 16%. And believe it or not, after last week, Sadiq and Tomador, by the way, they did a very good job with their booms. The guests are sitting higher than Tony, 9 for 42 at 21%. So now
What
Tony.
kind of host would I be? What kind of host would I be if I didn't let the guests shine?
Exactly. And then OT right now boomed all 3 of my players last week. 16 for 33 at 48%. So sitting pretty well over there in that department. Wade did she said, I just need a receiver because Galladay was ruled out. So I guess he just needed 1. And I didn't answer his question. So I would go Michael Pittman Jr. For this week. I think he is hot, and I think he's the best receiver in Indianapolis Colts. And I think Phillip Rivers is just getting started with him, liking him and as a receiver. Ziad Hadi just said, why does Tony have his cam off? I suspect he has someone in the room feeding him information. The fans want answers. Okay, so Tony, can you answer that question, by the way? The fans want answers, Tony. Tony, nothing? Speechless. There you go, because he had nothing to say. All right, 6 Mile 24, Fuller, Claypool, or Robbie, or Ronald Jones. Best available. So pick one. Will Fuller, Chase Claypool, Robbie Anderson, or Ronald Jones. Eric, start us off.
Can you rattle them off again?
Yeah, Will Fuller, Chase Claypool, Robbie Anderson, or Ronald Jones.
It's got to be Fuller. I do think that New England's going to try and take away Watson and probably Fuller, but I still think he's the best player. He's the best play.
Moti.
So I go with Fuller.
Yeah, they should have made that trade with the Packers for Fuller because Fuller does not look good in Houston. I'm going to go Claypool on this. Versus Jacksonville defense. I like Claypool, man. I think he's the wide receiver 1 there.
I'm going to reiterate or reword what Moti was saying. I guess he probably doesn't like to be in Houston probably, but Will Fuller is doing a decent job in Houston. I think he's a top 15 wide receiver right now, quietly. But Will Fuller, is Stephon Gilmore healthy? Like, what's going on with him? Is he hurt? Like, I know he wasn't playing last week, if I'm correct. So it's tough, man. Claypool or Fuller is really a toss-up to me. I think they're both in the same category in terms of expectations this week. Again, they're one of those that I feel like none of them are going to be that different from one another, so you can't go wrong with either one of those. Definitely not starting Robbie Anderson anymore this week, though. How do you guys feel about Hines this week? I like Hines this week. What do you guys think about Hines this week? I like him this week. Eric, what you think about
Sometimes I like mustard, and sometimes I like a little Heinz ketchup, baby.
There you go.
I think he's fine. I don't love him. I just want to say that line.
Yeah, no,
I
for
think
sure.
he's okay.
For sure. I like that line, too.
His touchdowns come in bunches, but, I mean, you've been out on Green Bay, so...
Yeah.
There's a question Dave wants to know. Did you guys have like a contest of who can do that more between like all the roommates?
Yeah. Yeah,
What was the game you guys played?
Yes, we definitely threw out puns in the middle of a game. We enjoyed that, and when we were watching the games, it was definitely a lot of fun, for sure. Khalid Hussein is commenting for his dad, saying no comment to Ziad Hadi's comment about him getting information. So Khalid, we need to know if you're the guy giving him information, and if you are the one that's helping him out. All right.
There you go.
John Hopkins, former elementary school classmate of mine, says, "What's up, though, bro? What up, though, John Hopkins?" And yes, they named the university after John Hopkins as well, by the way. They didn't name John Hopkins after John Hopkins University. They named John Hopkins University after John Hopkins, Eric Ritonja. I just want to let you know that is true. All right, so let's keep the ball rolling, man. We appreciate you guys' question. Oh, we got another one. See, this is what Fantasy Guyz is all about, Eric. We answer questions most of the time.
We do it for the people.
Exactly. We do it for the people. Willie Zindani, a low-key, dangerous fantasy player, by the way. I'm not in a league with him, but I hear rumors that he's a great fantasy owner. And just off this question, to kind of give you an idea. Again, he likes to let us know his team when he writes down these names, all right? I feel like he kind of already knows the answer, but he just want to let us know he has a good team. Shout out to Big Waldo. Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders, Mike Davis, or Nick Chubb. Pick 3. I'm picking everybody but Mike Davis. That's my opinion. Ritonja, who you got?
Me too.
Everybody
I think they're all going to have good weeks.
Yeah, I mean, those are all RB1s, except for Mike Davis, who's a borderline RB2. I mean, he's a mid RB2. Even though he's playing the Lions, I understand. You got to go with the chances. And Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders, and Nick Chubb are going to get a lot more probably opportunity. Tony said, "Who am I?" with his name. Mr. Who Am I? Who you got this week?
I think I'm gonna go with a little bit of. I'm gonna roll with Eric.
All right. So basically, we're all saying sit Davis so far. Moti, who you got?
My bad, I'm out of hear the question.
He said pick 3. So do not start 1. Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders, Mike Davis, or Nick Chubb.
Yeah, Davis. I'm not playing Davis.
Yeah, we're all not playing Davis, Willie.
By the way, the answer to that is Daniel Craig, James Bond.
Okay, that's who you are? Okay, so Tony is actually having a game within the whole Fantasy Guyz segment right now. He's having his own little game. All right, it's 12:20, believe it or not, guys.
I knew that's who you were.
Hey, guys, it's so crazy. We haven't even broke down one game yet, which is fine. We don't care about breaking down games. We're here to answer you guys' questions. But since it's 12:20, I do want to give a shout-out to some people out there that are in the leagues that I'm in that are doing well, that did well last week. And the first one is shout out to Nibby. Like I mentioned, he's 9-0, and now he has I had the most points for 3 weeks in a row in our league, in the Champions League. We usually give a phone call, but since we're on Zoom, we're not going to do that. Ali Thabit, big bro Ali Thabit, shout out to him. RNFL scored the highest points. And then last but not least, finally scored the highest points in the League of Degenerates is Omar Thabit. And then what do I get rewarded with? Eric Ritonja, who's starting Taysom Hill at tight end, all right? So, I'm going to take this week and be happy with it, and then hopefully I just score some points because the L is definitely coming this week. I can just already feel it. Ziad Hadi said, I have Galladay and I'm offered Jonathan Taylor. Is that a fair trade? Heck no. Jonathan Taylor, I let him go as soon as I seen what the Colts are doing, and what the Colts are doing is basically riding the hot hand, and Jonathan Taylor will no longer be the hot hand for the rest of the year. That's my opinion. Keep Galladay. Hopefully he'll be back on Thursday. And start Kenny Galladay for the rest of the year. I'm going to let Tony. Tony, are you taking that trade?
A dog is a dog. Drop down.
You're DMX right now. Is that who you are right now, Tony?
Solid.
Alright, so are you taking that trade, Jonathan Taylor for Kenny Galladay? What are you doing, Tony, man? Answer the question.
What's the question again?
Are you taking the trade, Jonathan Taylor for Kenny Galladay?
Hit that reject button as soon as you get it.
Alright, Eric, Jonathan Taylor for Kenny Galladay.
Man, Jonathan Taylor's like a bad foot injury. He's a busto.
Yes, there you go. He's a bust out. There you go. Moti, Jonathan Taylor or Kenny Galladay?
Yeah, I still have high hopes for Galladay. So yeah, I would not make that trade yet.
Yeah, Galladay. I mean, he's borderline 1, definitely a 2. I think as a receiver. So I would not make that trade. I gave the shout outs pretty much. I'm just trying to make sure I'm going over my stuff. All right. Well, yeah, we're at 12:25. We got 20 minutes. So let's talk about these games. And if you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask away. Remember, we're still gonna do Moti's Play Dudes Prime Time in the last 5-10 minutes of the show. I'm just trying to get my laptop to get going right now, and it's right now acting up. But I'm sure I can go over the games in the top of my head. First, let's start off with Cleveland and Philadelphia. You know, that's a 1 o'clock game. So, Ritonja, who are you starting for the Cleveland Browns this week?
I called up Chuck Pedica this morning and got the weather report. It looks like a lot of rain, so I'm downgrading all quarterbacks, all wide receivers, and I'm not necessarily upgrading the running backs. I just think it's going to be a sloppy game overall. But with that said, I would play Hunt, Chubb, and Sanders without a doubt. And then everyone else is pretty much a crapshoot. If I was choosing one wide receiver on the Eagles, I would go Rager. And before the weather report, I would have almost boomed Rager because I think he's emerging and about to go off at some point. But I don't have the confidence that the weather is as it is today, so that's how I'm rolling.
I have a question, and I should probably know this answer, but I don't. But is Elshon Jeffrey back?
He's playing, yes. He's not playing every snap, but he played last week.
Okay, I was just wondering. Okay. All right, well, there you guys go. Moti, I was going to have you go ahead and answer for Cleveland this week. You got anybody you want to start for Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Eric on this one. I think Cleveland's gonna run the ball like they have been doing all year. Run the ball, especially with the weather. But like I said, I need to see Jarvis Landry do something. You know, I hope he does something, but I don't think he would. Hi, Mila.
All right, say hi, everybody. Yeah, the only time she'll come on the show is when she doesn't see Tony's face. That's why she was confident to come here right now. That is hilarious.
Big trade.
Tony, do not do it. And then Ziad Hadley is saying, Nebo, they said I shouldn't trade Galladay for your crappy Taylor. You're happy now. So I guess he's answering that question for you. So there you guys go. I guess his cousin was trying to make a trade with him. All right, and then the next game I'm going to talk about is New England against Houston. Tony, are you with us right now? That's first and foremost, so I can ask you this question.
I am available for comment.
Okay, so Tony, who do you got for Houston Texans this week?
I think I'm going to start Deshaun Watson, Will Fuller, and Dookie Johnson. Justice will prevail.
Justice will prevail. So, okay, you're going with Duke Johnson. By the way, I don't know.
Is that the Joker?
Yeah, is that who he is? Like, who is he?
No, Bane.
Bane.
Okay.
Bane. Okay, you know what? Believe it or not, now that you said his name, I can see where you're going with that. Bane was pretty good, Tony. That was a pretty decent Bane. So you got Duke,
I can
Fuller.
tell a hell of a Batman, too.
Ritonja, who you got for New England?
New England, I'm starting Damian Harris, even though I'm definitely scared because Michelle is coming back, so I would play him, but you know, he wouldn't be my first play. And I'll also play Jacoby Myers, and that's about it for New England.
Cam Newton?
No.
No, not Cam
It's a
Newton.
no for me, dog.
All right, I'm
If
happy.
you had two choices and you had Cam Newton or you had Joe Burrow, who are you starting?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow over Cam Newton. I would agree to that one too. Joe Burrow just slings it. Gonna toss the ball around 40 times at least this week again. Moti, let's move on to the next game. Falcons, Saints. Moti said he'll definitely start Taysom Hill. Is that what you were talking about, Moti, or was that a no, by the way?
If the ice cream machine is working, I'm starting to take some Hill, but it's broken. So he's my ice cold milkshake center of the week. But for the Saints, I think it's gonna be run heavy. I think Sean Payne is not stupid. He's a very smart coach. He's gonna rely heavy on the run. Even run Taysom Hill also. And that's for the Saints. You know, Kamara, Murray. I'm playing both of those guys.
Are you playing any receiving options for the Saints? Like, do you actually bench Michael Thomas this week, Moti?
Well, Michael Thomas is not benchable, so you play him no matter what. But I don't think he's gonna have one of those games that you guys expect if Reese was a quarterback. So run ahead.
Yeah, he has had a terrible year this year. And I'm going to be honest with you, I am benching Michael Thomas in every league that I'm in, depending on what you have. I had two guys send me a question about should they go with Michael Thomas or this. I told people to start Michael Pittman over Michael Thomas. I've told people to start Jacoby Myers over Michael Thomas. So realistically, that's who I would go with over Michael Thomas. You know, Eric, what do you guys say about that?
I tend to disagree. I still think he's in a good spot. He's running short routes, so that should be kind to a new quarterback. And so even when Teddy B came in last year, his production never dropped off at all. I think the potential is there for him to kind of have his first good week. So I'm playing Thomas over all those guys that you mentioned. And unless I have an abundance of options, it's tough for me to put him on the bench.
Okay. Tony.
Waited this long, you got to roll with him.
What do you think, Tony? Do you agree to that, or are you benching Thomas?
I think they might be able to take away our lives, but they can never take away our freedom!
Arnold.
Is that Arnold?
No, that's Terminator.
No, man!
Is that Terminator? Isn't that Arnold?
Who's that? Vladimir Putin?
Yeah, who is
Come
it?
on, man, it's Mel Gibson!
No, Gibson, come on, guys.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, Tony.
All right.
Who are you starting for Atlanta this week?
You said Tony or Atonia?
Tony, Mel Gibson, Hussein. Who are you starting for?
I'm back, baby. Julio Jones. You're going to start Matt Ryan. The obvious. Calvin Ridley. Fun fact. Calvin Ridley has scored more points even being out all these games than Julio Jones. Shout out. Abdullah. Jenham.
All right. Well, first of all, you guys know Calvin Ridley. I think is only out one game, right? Or no? He's out more.
No, it's more than one game.
Okay. Well, I thought he was only really out for one game. Jason Ketchum said Tua Tagovailoa or Ryan Tannehill. Who are you starting this week? Tua against Denver. Tannehill against Baltimore. Ritonja, it's your cousin. I'll let you go first.
Tannehill. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game in Baltimore. I think Baltimore's going to score a lot of points. I think it's a big week for Lamar, but on the flip side, I also think Tannehill's going to have a lot of options to swing it. And I like Tua a lot as a quarterback, but he has not shown to be a startable option as a fantasy quarterback just yet. So I'm rolling with Tannehill.
By the way, I really do believe that's going to be a high-scoring game. I know people are probably assuming that Baltimore game is not going to be high-scoring, but I feel like everybody's going to have a great week that week on that game. I think there's going to be a lot of spread-around offensive scoring in that game. Moti, you're nodding your head. You go Tannehill over Tua?
Yeah, I'm agree with Eric on this one. Tannehill.
All right. Tony, Tannehill or Tua?
Don't believe into it just yet, man. Got to go with, I do think it's going to be high scoring, believe it or not, but, man, I got to go with Easy E here.
All right. Do you not believe in Tua as an NFL quarterback or as a fantasy quarterback? Because I hope...
Not yet, man. I think they're playing it safe with him. They don't want, he's going to not want to take as many chances, kind of diminish his.
Answer my question. Do you not believe in him as a fantasy quarterback or as an NFL quarterback?
I mean, I wish the Lions would have taken him with that pick.
Thank you.
It's that simple.
Thank you.
You can't pass up on talent like that.
Tony.
And at least give the threat of the trade. Don't let me get on this rant about these, Lions in the draft pick, man. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, idiots. By the way, shout out to Boom.
Matthew Stafford believer.
Yeah, shout out to Boom. He just said Tony is more of a Danny Glover. Okay, so he's Boom. Moti, what do you gotta say about that?
Hey, the Boom is the movie expert.
Yes, he is.
Tone, you know what I'm saying, on this one, you know what I'm saying,
Has to take a back seat.
Two.
He has to take a back seat on this one because Boom is definitely...
For sure.
Question number 2. That's an upgrade. I'll be at 5 or 6.
Yeah. Cincinnati Bengals, number 1 pick versus number 2 pick playing against Washington. Weird game. But I like it. I'm going to definitely be... it's one of my interesting games I would like to see this week. So, Cincinnati, Washington. Moti, I'm going to start out with you. Who you starting from Washington?
I mentioned earlier, man, I like Gibson a lot. But I'm going Gibson. I'm going Scary Terry.
Scary Terry and Gibson. Tony, Cincinnati. Who you got?
Got Joe Burrow, Gio Bernard. Start that boy, Tyler.
Anybody else?
Is there anybody else?
You're sleeping on T. Higgins. 5 straight weeks of at least 60 yards. You
My bad.
guys know that he's quietly, I think, top 20 probably, and like he's having a very good year at T. Higgins. He could end up with 1,000 yards, 70 receptions.
No, he is.
Yeah, I like them coming out of college. I thought that was a good pick by Cincinnati when they picked him.
Yeah, you know who's mad about that? The Green Bay Packers, who took Jordan Love over T. Higgins, and we got a friend named Matt Cassidy who, is definitely very upset that they took Jordan Love over T. Higgins, and so just want to throw that out there, and they could have had T. Higgins on their team. Eric
I feel
Ritonja,
so bad for him.
Aaron Rodgers or Matt Cassidy?
Matt Cassidy.
Yeah, that to me that's very disrespectful what they did to Aaron Rodgers. I think not getting a quarterback instead of getting one of those talented wide receivers, to me that's very weird. Tony's screen says, "Who am I? I can answer this. He's not normal." That's what Ziad Hadi just said. That was his comment to that one. There you go. Ritonja, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you this: Detroit Lions versus Carolina Panthers. I know we kind of talked about this game, but I'm gonna give you the Lions. Are you starting anybody?
I think Stafford is startable. I think Hawkinson you're playing because you don't have many better tight end options. And I think you're probably starting Marvin Jones. So yeah, I think so. I like Peterson if you're in a tough spot. If you lost Swift, I think it's fine. I think he could fall into the end zone.
Okay.
So yeah, I think there's more options than you think in Detroit.
Okay. So
Marvin always starving though, especially when Kenny G's out. So I think that's good.
So you're starting Marvin Jones. Would you start Marvin Jones over Chase Claypool?
That's tough.
Yeah, because that's what my brother over here is dealing with. Moti, you got Carolina with PJ Walker. Anybody?
No. He's going to have to throw to somebody, which I don't think they're going to be very successful throwing the ball today. So, no. I want to start nobody from Carolina.
Listen to me. PJ Walker is probably terrible. But I'm booming Curtis Samuel.
There you
I
go.
think McCaffrey, he gets a lot of looks in the backfield. I think he's going to have opportunities. Opportunities are the driver for success. So I think he's got a shot.
100%. I agree with opportunity is the big thing, and that's kind of why I go after the players I go after. So Kareem Abdullah, shout out to Kareem, my cousin, been coming through with the debate nights, doing a great job. Appreciate you, Kareem. Robbie Anderson, thoughts. So basically he's asking us, should he start Robbie Anderson with PJ Walker as a quarterback? And the answer to that, Tony, I'm going to let you go first. Would you start Robbie Anderson?
I got a fella named DJ Moore. And I cannot, for the life of me, start Robbie Anderson over him. But I got a question for you fantasy folks.
Yes.
Would you start
George Bush.
close enough?
Who is it?
Joe Biden.
Anybody in the South?
Is that an answer or is that the answer? Like, is that what you're shooting for? Just a southern
Sure.
southern accent. All right. So who you got, Tony? First of all, are you gonna start Robbie Anderson? Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay, Ritonja, yes or no?
No. He had a lot of success earlier in the year, but it was based on the deep ball, and I'm not confident that he's going to be able to connect today on the deep ball.
Moti, yes or no?
Kareem is not ready for a real league, first of all. And no.
I'm surprised that Robbie Anderson didn't get Tony to turn on the camera. Yeah, exactly. That is funny. I felt like Tony's gonna flip the camera on. Yes.
Yeah, you got jokes.
Yes, he
Listen,
does.
man, I got a dilemma here, man.
Yeah,
I got Mike Williams.
that boy changed his voice, so you know it's serious.
Mike Williams, Mike Evans, or Mike Williams or Mike Evans, man.
Guys, I'm going into this week. I told myself that Mike Williams was already my number one boom on the paper. Obviously, I could be wrong, but I'm very confident that I feel like against the Jets, he's gonna eat this week. Like for one of those 6 catches for 128 yards and a touchdowns kind of game. You know, Justin Herbert has the most passing touchdowns. I think he's tied for the most passing touchdowns, deep ball, and then he also has the most air yards throwing the deep ball, 4 touchdowns. Mike Williams, deep ball threat, playing against the Jets, who all 3 of their starting cornerbacks going into the season are out. So they got 3 new cornerbacks playing this week as starters. Everything points towards a great game for Herbert, to Williams, and Keenan Allen. You know, so that's why I definitely would go with Mike Williams, Tony, personally. But you could do, you know what I'm saying?
I'd probably go Mike Williams too, Tom.
Yeah, definitely. So we got 5 minutes to go. Mostly, by the way, you want to answer that question? Go Mike Williams or Mike Evans, by the way?
Yeah, Tony knows I'm a play this primetime kind of guy, so I like to watch players in primetime.
So he's going Mike Evans. All right. So here we go. We got a couple of comments, and I do want to fly through all of our Boom Phillies and let Moti do Play Dudes Prime Time. But before I do any of that, first and foremost, what's more important is our sponsor this week, which is Wrigley's Pharmacy. Just want to give a shout out to Wrigley's Pharmacy. Let me make sure I got it in front of me. 14100 Woodward Avenue, Highland Park, Michigan. 48203. The number is 313-867-5000. Let me get a move right quick. I don't know how to work this green screen where I'm trying to show off the... Let me just slide over this way. Free prescription pickup, free over-the-counter meds, all insurance accepted, free delivery, best pharmacy in the town, Woodward and Highland Park area. Shout out to Nabil Abdullah. Appreciate your sponsorship. You guys want to go questions right quick? I mean, we could go a little bit over anyway, so no need to stop it at 12:45 exactly. So we got Kareem Abdullah said, Mo waiting for my comment on that. I'm saving it for the phone call. Don't worry. So basically, that's what he's trying to tell you on that comment. And then you got Ziad Hadith said, makes sense that today you guys have a pharmacy for a sponsor today. Tony needs it. Damn, what's going on? This Tony and Ziad stuff, you know, I know they were beefing, but it's starting to get hard right now. Tony, you like make fun of him or something or do something, man? What's going on, man? And then Kareem Abdullah.
I think when he came on the show, I called him out. I think he was winless coming into the show, and he didn't like that very much.
Well, I just want to let you guys know Ziad Hadi will be on the show in a couple of weeks, and he also plans on having us on his podcast. Shout out to Act Accordingly with Bash and Z. Has his own podcast. Shout out to Ziad, always commenting, one of our top fans for sure. Kareem Abdullah said, why is Moti picking at his boogers? So he was, yeah, he saw you. Then we got a comment for Instagram. Willie Zidane came back. He said, Evans, Cup, Robbie, or Shark. Pick 3. Dang, that's very tough. That's a lot of tough matchups. So you got Evans, Cup, Robbie, and Shark. I'll go Shark,
Robbie.
Evans, and Cup. That's where I would go. Ritonja.
Cup, I think, had 9 catches the first time they played, so I'm definitely going with Cup. And then,
go ahead.
sorry, what were the other options?
Evans, Robbie, and Shark.
Robbie Anderson?
Yeah.
Probably Shark. I don't love that, but probably
Pick
Shark.
3. Now you need Evans or Robbie Anderson.
Not using Robbie Anderson.
You said you would go Robbie Anderson?
not using him.
Oh, yeah. Might as well just pick one that you won't start. It's probably easier. So, Moti, who would you not start from those 4?
Yeah, I'm not playing Robbie Anderson.
And Tony, are you the same?
Easy E. Moti. Can't go wrong.
But watch when
Double
Robbie
thumbs up.
Anderson scores 26 fantasy points and we all look dumb as heck. Like PJ Walker just eyes him the whole game and throws like 10 targets to him. Watch. 6-24. Where's Ballers shout out? Looking for Tony's new league major sponsor for him next year. Ballers will be on when Uncle Eddie's on. And actually 2 weeks. Next week is Best Time Go Back on with True Value, and then we got Ballers the week after. So my Boom Phillies. Quickly, I want to go over this. Ahmed, Mike Williams, carry on. Tony so far has Mike Williams, Michael Pittman. Let me know if you want to add. Ritonia has Pittman, Samuel. Who's your third one, Ritonia?
Justin Jefferson. It's going to be tough. I'm sure he's got a high projection, but Dallas is terrible in the pass. And they're also terrible in the run. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's potential for him to bust a big one.
Yeah, I can see him balling out today, man. Especially at home, dome, like playing Dallas. I see that for sure. I can see that.
I do think Dallas will put up some points too. I think it'll be a higher score than anything.
Yeah. So, Tony, whenever you're ready, let us know. You can just unmute yourself, but I'm gonna let this highlight now go to Moti. Carlos Hyde already played, and he didn't even boom. So you had a chance to call somebody that he didn't even boom with his projections, Tony. There you guys go.
I bet you count that against me, huh?
No, I mean, you didn't call him out. But Kareem Abdullah said you guys just hating on Robbie, man. I'm keeping him locked in. And then,
it wouldn't surprise me. Nothing against the Lions would surprise me.
Yeah,
so
and then
if he goes off, I would be surprised.
what is the name? Said, I feel like y'all got me like that last time with Shark. I benched him and he balled out. I feel like, but thanks, fellas. I appreciate it. And then Drama Free Zone, give us a thumbs up. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, Willie. Obviously, we're giving you our best, trying to give you the best advice. And obviously, we're not always right. But you know, we're going with not the guy. I mean, because PJ Walker, we don't know what he's gonna do. So yes, going with that. So Moti, play dudes prime time. Go ahead.
Yeah, for Oakland, I got this week. I got Henry Ruggs. For KC, they had a bye week. I feel like he learned more of the playbook in his role. I'm going Le'Veon Bell. And for Monday night, for Tampa Bay, I said he's gonna have a good game last week. I think he's gonna continue the success. Antonio Brown. And for the Rams, I got Malcolm Brown, running back.
By the way, for those that are watching, Moti doesn't like just pick some random dudes. He doesn't just pick the obvious dudes. He likes to go deep with his play dudes prime time because he believes that when players are when they're in a prime time light, sometimes players that you don't expect show up. So that's his theory, and it's been. He's 28%, which is really decent. Solid. By the way, I just want to throw it out there. I want to ask this question because I know Ritonja's on. He tried to go hard on me about a trade that I offered. So please, guys, listen up to this trade that Eric was going hard on me. And I was telling him, I was like, you can say that you don't want it, but don't say that it's not fair. I offered someone Ezekiel Elliott and Todd Gurley for Aaron Jones. Is that a fair trade, Moti?
Fair as heck.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? The Ritonja, Amino Omar was going to make a trade yesterday. It fell through. He ended up trading with my older brother. So,
not Omar, by the way. Yusuf.
I do believe it's a fair trade, especially if you like running backs. Gurley and Elliott are good enough.
Tony, I need you to chime in. I need 2 out of 3 to agree with me right here.
Of course it's fair.
Thank you.
What's the question?
All right, but anyways, just wanted to make sure Eric knew that because he was going hard on me. And I'm
I'm
sitting
just giving you crap, but I would always want the Aaron Jones side of it.
Yeah.
This is the same guy that said he didn't want to play Hill, huh?
What are you talking about right now? All right, most of the time y'all right, though. Willie Zidane giving us a shout-out. McKissick or Hines and Ida, and you still didn't change your lineup. Please don't forget. I will not forget. We're going to log off in the next minute or two. As long as Tony gives us his third Boom Philly. Tony, who's your third Boom Philly? All right, Tony's guy that's giving him credit, giving him answers right now is not giving him answers. That's why he's quiet. Well, with that said, we got the Boom Phillies, we got everybody, we got the sponsor. Why he's picking all his bench players, Kareem said. And then Ziada Hadid said, that's due to you, Moti. Ziada Hadid said Hawkinson or Fant. So, Ritonja, where are you going, Hawkinson or Fant?
Hawkinson.
Hawkinson with me, Moti.
Hawkinson is going to be a Pro Bowler this year. Hawkinson.
Crazy. He's the number 3 fantasy tight end right now. Is T.J. Hawkinson quietly.
Solid. Hawkinson. Hey, third boom Philly, Logan Thomas. Write it down.
Tony Ritonja, and that was one thing I forgot to tell you before he logged on. Is like, I guarantee you, Tony says Logan Thomas as his third boom Philly. I forgot to mention that to you. I knew it was gonna happen.
Who said that?
I was going to tell Ritonja that before we logged on. I knew you were gonna boom Philly him, Logan Thomas. Kareem Abdullah said, honest question for my flex. This is the last one, and then we can log off. Claypool, Godwin, or Juju? Ritonja. Godwin. Moti.
Christopher Godwin Jr.
Tizzle.
Sorry.
Godwin, Claypool, or Juju?
Who's it for? Kareem?
Yeah.
Tell him to call me.
All right. Tony, Godwin, Claypool, or Juju?
Easy. Claypool.
I would go. I mean, Claypool or Juju, one of them are gonna go off. That's the sucky thing. So make it easy on yourself. Go Godwin. You know, so that you don't have to worry about them and you don't know who to pick. 6 Mile 24, Hines or McKissick. This is gonna be the last one for real. Last one. Ritonja, Hines or McKissick? Huh?
McKissick if it's PPR.
McKissick, yes
Hines
it is.
for me.
Hines for him. Tony.
Yeah, there's nothing that he's doing that seems to go right. So whoever you would go with the opposite.
There we go. And I'm not answering that question because I'm playing against your IDF and I'm starting the people that you want. That's all we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, Ritonja. Thanks again for coming. Goes by
Thanks
quick.
for having me, boys.
Appreciate it. Good luck,
And if
everybody.
anybody knows how to fix laptops, please reach out.
Hold on. We are having a special show on Thursday, Thanksgiving. 1 hour show from 11 to 12. Hope you guys tune in. See you guys.
Hey, that's funny. You waited till he left.